3-1 victory over the Bafana Bafana of South Africa. So somehow history favors us, and we hope that it will continue that way tomorrow. That's how I welcome you to Sports Tonight this Tuesday. Of course, tonight we'll spend plenty of time to preview the 2015 African Nations Cup qualifiers, games across the African continent. That will be a major talking point on Sports Tonight this Tuesday. Tunde Koiki, Yemi Adebayo are starting off the show with me tonight. Guys, I'm sure you have been looking at your crystal balls. You've been anticipating quite a lot. Yemi as well. What are we expecting tomorrow and all of that? But as I ask my guests in here with me on set, I need to tell you that you also can get across to us via feedback. Talk to us. You know the platforms already. You know the mechanisms already. They are showing on your screen, on Facebook, on Twitter. We are active and we will be very interactive tonight. What do we need to do to go on and get the result that we need to bounce back in the race to be in Morocco 2015 next year? We are defending champions. We should be there to defend. And in fact, we're looking at defending it successfully. So take advantage of what you have on your screen. Give us your thoughts, your opinion to the issues as we raise them. Talk to us about it. What do you want to see tomorrow when we confront the Bafana Bafana of South Africa at the Cape Town Stadium in this very crucial, all-important encounter? So let me come to you guys very quickly. Tunde, I know you've been doing plenty of work. Read up. You were telling us about Shakes Mashaba yesterday and how he wants to approach this game. That was the same thing that Gordon Nicholson said when we were playing that game. I remember he said they were going to play high intensity, put us under a lot of pressure. Yeah. But once the game started and they did it for the first 15 minutes, water found its own level. And the Eagles were able to rise above South Africa and win that game convincingly.
Well, a lot has happened ever since then. Gordon Nicholson has gone. He has been replaced by Ephraim Shakes Mashaba. South Africa hasn't done anything noteworthy in African football until they beat Sudan away from home. Since that time to Nigeria has also gone
of recent, you mean?
Yeah, of recent. Since that time to Nigeria has also gone to the World Cup, matched her best ever appearance at the World Cup by qualifying for the second round. So a lot has happened since then. The South African team are more composed now than they were under Gordon Nicholson because their expectations have lowered. They now understand that, okay, maybe they cannot go toe-to-toe with the big boys in Africa. They have now limited their expectations. They are more than happy to overachieve than to raise the bar high and fall and fall
short. Up with the standards.
Exactly. So that is the new thinking in South African football. They are looking long-term. Anything that happens now, fine. But the long term for them is qualifying for the World Cup in 2022, which they feel is not beyond them. So right now, Nigeria are the ones
under pressure.
In fact,
we are the ones going into this game. Let me come to Yemi. Yeah, I was going to say that, Yemi. We are coming into this game now. We are the ones coming with our bruised ego. We are the ones coming to fight. Yeah. South Africans went away from home, got a deserving, convincing 3-0 win. In Sudan, we lost at home to Congo. So they are the ones in confident mode. They are the ones basking in the euphoria of an excellent result away from home. We are the ones chasing the game this time.
Yeah, that's what it is. And I don't know if I can call it an advantage, but I do agree with Tunde. They're somewhat calmer these days. They go into that game without too much of a pressure, and nobody's really expecting anything. And I feel they have an advantage in the sense that a draw may not be a bad result for them. We would want to win. We are seeking redemption. We want to bounce back. Anything short of victory will seem like defeat for Nigeria, even though it's very difficult to go away. Like I've always said, even at the height of the Super Eagles powers, away games have always been very difficult. But this is South Africa. We seem to have their number.
Is that going to count for something, Yemi? We always get the result, no matter what kind of team we put out against South Africa, we always get the result. Is it going to count for something tomorrow?
It should, and I feel it
something will. Psychological?
It should, and I feel it will. I feel it will tomorrow. In spite of one or two things that didn't go right for the Super Eagles against Congo, I still feel that we will get a good result against South Africa. I'm not saying victory, but I feel a good result because, like Munala said yesterday, not losing that game is the aim for the Super Eagles. If they lose that game and maybe Sudan wins, you're going to be in a group chasing two teams that have 6 points, and that's a scenario nobody wants.
So
I
tend to
me, I
disagree,
think,
sorry.
Let him make his point.
so for me, I think we're going to get a positive result, and that could come in shape of a victory or a draw for the fact that we're going away. But I don't see the South Africans beating us. That's just how I feel about it.
So let us look at the possibilities now. Of course, we want to win. That's the reality. But a point is not bad for us because South Africans are coming here.
Right.
You know,
Okay.
although of course you can say Congo came here and got all 3 points, but the fact that South Africans are coming here should count for something. Please hold on to your thoughts very quickly because we need to cross over now to Cape Town. We have our friend joining us via Skype from Cape Town. Rob Delport is the editor of SL10. That's a football-only website, and of course it's based in Cape Town. Rob, thank you for joining us on Sports Tonight, this beautiful Tuesday. Looking forward to tomorrow's game. I'm sure that you're expecting something different from the usual from Bafana Bafana tomorrow.
Well, yeah, thanks for having me. I think it's been an interesting week, and I think maybe South African public is a little more excited for the game than they usually would have been because it's not often we go into a match against Nigeria having won on the same weekend that Nigeria have lost. So yeah, I think there's a positive vibe in the air, but I don't think they're completely overconfident yet. I'm not 100% sure that Bafana are going to go for an outright victory. I think they'll be happy with the draw too.
Let me ask you, Rob, the expectation for Max, for Shakes, is build a young team. You may not even qualify for the next Nations Cup, but that victory over Sudan must have changed the thinking. Now that, look, you guys, you can go for it. And that will also affect how your team lines up tomorrow.
Yeah, I mean, look, let's put things into perspective. Shakes has had the Bafana team now for 7 days. So he started on the 1st of September. He's had a couple of practices with them. The Sudan result is a brilliant result. It wasn't necessarily a great performance. We played most probably really well for like 25, 30 minutes of the game, and that's when we scored all the goals. But the first half, you could see that the team had only just got together.
So what are you expecting, Rob, from tomorrow's game? The Eagles are the ones chasing this match. And what is the mood like in Cape Town? That's where you are based, and it's a football town. Are you guys looking forward to tomorrow?
Yeah, we're looking forward to it. Put it this way. I mean, this is the first time we're going into a match against the Super Eagles for a long time where a lot of South Africans think that we can actually win. But we also have to put things into perspective. I mean, one swallow doesn't make a summer. The Super Eagles may have lost one game, but maybe you guys were a little complacent going into the game. You had other issues off the field. And I have to tell you that I've been in a strange situation for the past year and a half. I've been following Super Eagles so closely because of SL10.ng. And tomorrow is the first time in a long time that I'm not going to be supporting the Super Eagles. Obviously, I will go into any game that my country, South Africa, is playing in, hoping that we'll win. But I'm going to put things also into perspective that, if you look at Calabar, the pitch wasn't so great there for you guys. And now tomorrow night, you're going to be playing on a beautiful pitch, a pitch that many of your European-based guys are going to be quite used to playing on. So there's some advantages for the Super Eagles as well as for Bafana. Before
I allow you to go, Rob, your team is a young team. And a lot of young players are coming through. You're going to be missing a number of top players. Is that in any way going to affect whatever result you get from that game tomorrow if it doesn't go the way of South Africa?
Yeah, well, look, I think again, the top South African players that are missing, a lot of them are top South African players, not necessarily top global players. We haven't had the greatest pool of players for the past decade or so. It hasn't been like it was when we first burst onto the international scene. I mean, Bafana's 22 years old only. We're 22 years old. We've won a Cup of Nations. We've come second. We've come third. We've been to 3 World Cups. We've always been a growing team. And now I think we're just finally putting our putting our future we're actually starting to look after ourselves and actually get back to development, which is what we maybe should have been doing from when we started in 1992.
But let me ask you this one also very quickly, Rob. What would